Back on Sunrise here at 6 o'clock on a Thursday, and we are staying on top of this breaking news this morning.
We have learned that a 1-year-old baby has now died after being shot overnight in a home on the northeast side.
And we know a 19-year-old woman was also hurt in this shooting. Our Alyssa Raymond has been live at the scene all morning, gathering details from police. As we are seeing Sergeant Chris Wilburn with IMPD giving the media an update. We'll listen in.
In their apprehension of a suspect or a critical incident themselves, when they actually heard the shots. We arrived here very quickly. We were able to ascertain that there were individuals inside of the home shot, one of which happened to be a female, 19 years old, we described a little bit earlier, and a 1-year-old child whose injuries were non-survivable. Where we are now is an update. I just got off the phone with Chief Roach and Chief Bailey. As a result of those conversations, I've been assured, and they want to communicate this message, and this message alone is that the individual who did this, we will have the force of our state and federal law enforcement officers assisting us if you don't turn yourself in. Our children are the most vulnerable in our society, and they will not be targeted and they will not be victimized by an individual architect of violence in this community. You are an architect of violence, and we will not accept it. It's unacceptable. So I've been assured that message has been conveyed to me, and now I'm conveying that message to you guys this morning.
A strong message. And what is your message to some of the people who don't come forward sometimes in these cases? That's
right. It's very simple for us. Again, I said it today, we said it this morning, that we don't deal with anybody. We interact with you where you are. This is a tragic incident. Earlier, as we said, and as you articulated so poignantly, the emotions are raw in the sense that there are a lot of these first responders, as well as you, who have children. And it hit home for a lot of us. But we are now culminating through investigations, through individuals who we detained at the scene, combing through evidence, forensic evidence, and we will find whoever did this, but we need your help. And I have been assured, state, local, and federal partners, that's at a moment's away, a phone call away. And so that's where we are.
When you say state, local, and federal, what does that look like? Can you put that in perspective for us?
It means all of the assets that are available through investigators, through all of the techniques that we employ in law enforcement, all of those quasi-pseudo-private matters, investigatory things that we utilize at our disposal. So the reality of it is this, is that we can't do it alone. We understand that. We do not want to victimize then those individuals who are already experiencing the aftermath of this violence. So with that being said, we want who's ever responsible to come forward. If you do not, then we will have at our disposal all of those things that I previously articulated.
Why did you have such a strong message for African American men this morning?
Well, the reality of it is that time and time again we look at statistically individuals who are either victims of violence and architects of those violence. So what I'm saying and what we're saying is that we're not going to run away from that. We're going to deal with that. We're going to react to that in an appropriate and healthy manner. But the fact of the matter is that this is a regular occurrence, and so we're not shying away from that. Again, we don't deal with anybody. We interact with you where we are, but we stand on things that are true, and that's just the truth of it. The statistics speak those things, but more importantly, and I said it before, is that there are positive things going on across the community as it relates to African American men all the time. All the time. And I said it before, these individuals who articulated this violence at this home, and now a 1-year-old baby girl, average weight of a baby girl, average weight of this child between 17.5 and 22 pounds. Let's put that in reality. So that's where we are. So we're not browbeating anybody, but we are actually examining the truth and where we are, and that's important to note.
Are the witnesses that were inside the house cooperating with investigators?
At this point, they have everybody that was
that is Sergeant Chris Wilburn there with IMPD. You can hear his frustration after the latest shooting in our community claims the life of a 1-year-old baby.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, this shooting happened earlier this morning near 36th and Post on the near northeast side of the city. The police are calling this a drive-by style shooting where a 19-year-old woman, they believe to be the aunt of this 1-year-old, who was also hurt in the shooting, but just awful to hear about. Our Alyssa Raymond will stay there and continue to get caught up from police on what we know, and we'll bring you details really throughout the morning here on Sunrise.